Okay, good morning. I've already passed the flight 1 for the VATSTAR training, and so now I'm working on flight 2, which is slow flight, stalls, steep turns, and patterns. So what we're going to be doing today, we're parked at Astoria. I'm going to be taking off runway 26. I'm going to change the weather, so it's mostly clear skies because right now it's kind of IFR conditions. So I'll just turn off live weather, and we'll just leave it at clear skies to make things easy. If we look at our wind, wind is pretty negligible, so we're looking at 1 mile an hour on the west. So I will be taking off runway 26. The time I think was current on that. I like flying current time, and it's stay time over there, so we're good. Yep, real time. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking off runway 26. I'm going to be departing to the northeast. That's where it wants me to do this pattern work. From there, I'm going to do 2 steep 360-degree turns at 45-degree bank angles on each direction, and then I'm going to do a segment of slow flight with recovery. I'm going to do 1 power off stall, and then I'm going to return to the airport and land on the same runway and then park. So I printed out some checklists. So we're going to assume that I've done my pre-flight inspection. We've gone around the cabin and the exterior of the airplane, and we think everything looks good. So we're going to say pre-flight is complete. Seatbelts on my computer, they're not equipped. Fuel shut-off valve, we'll check that right now. We will set that to make sure it's on both. This aircraft also has a fuel valve we need to open. Electric equipment is off. Avionics are off. Circuit breakers, these don't fail in this aircraft. They're all in. And the brakes, parking brake is now set. The other brakes leave work. Let's see, I am connected to the VATSIM network for the record. So for starting the engine mixture, we want full rich. Carb heat not equipped. This is fuel injected. Master switch is on. Beacon light is on. I'll also put my navigation lights on. Prime as required. So I don't have the priming checklist, but I believe we open throttle a bit. Run the fuel pump, verify that we have fuel flowing. We can see it over here for 5 seconds, and disable the fuel pump. Prop area is clear other than this guy, but I can't make him move, so that's as good as we're going to get. We see no other people around the prop area. Prop area is clear. Throttle's open 1/8 of an inch, so ignition we will set to start. Great. Oil pressure, we have oil pressure. Avionic switch we can now turn on. Radios we're going to set. So 2 things we're going to set. Obviously our comm radio we're going to set to Unicom, which is 122.8. And I also like to set my VOR. I know this is a visual flight, but I like to go ahead and set it to Astoria, especially whenever I'm telling my position and I need distance away from the airport. This will help me get that. So we see we are on the Astoria VOR and 0 miles away because we are right there. Okay, so radios are set. Transponder we will turn on. And altitude reporting, and we are squawking VFR. Flaps are up, and mixture is set to lean as required, but we're good there. So now we are ready to taxi. So like I said, I'm going to be taxiing to runway 26. I have a taxi chart on another computer that I'm looking at, so I can't pull it in here. But we are at general aviation parking, and we will be taxiing to runway 26 via Bravo 3 cross runway 32 Alpha 1. So that's the radio call that we'll make. So let's go ahead and do that. Astoria traffic Skyhawk 10086 is at general aviation parking, taxiing to runway 26 via Bravo 3 cross runway 32 Alpha 1 Astoria. All right. Parking, let's go ahead and turn my taxi lights on. Parking brake off. And let's taxi out. I really don't count that guy because he would have moved in real life. All right, here's taxiway Bravo. I don't think the taxi signs in Microsoft Flight Simulator kind of line up, but I'm using the taxiway diagrams that are provided by VATSTAR on their training flights. So that's just what I'm going by. I looked at Navigraph, but they didn't seem to have any taxiway diagrams either. So this is the best that I have. Do have little live nat, but that I believe that just pulls it direct from the simulator, so they're not correct. And I don't think these signs would really be in the taxiway like this. So for the purpose of this flight, I'm ignoring them. Kind of hard to for traffic. I don't have my track IR stuff, but I don't see any. Story traffic Skyhawk 10086 is crossing. Is that Bravo 3 crossing runway 32 Astoria? It's a mouthful. All right, we are now on the Alpha Taxiway, making our way to the start of runway 26. There's currently a tower exam taking place at Alicante. Lima Echo Alpha Limo from now until 19 Zulu. Come and help Alberto earn his rating. Well, that would be fun, but we are not over there. But good luck, Alberto. All right, let's go over here and stop. And we'll do our before takeoff checklist. So doors closed and latch brakes are on. Flight controls free and correct. We can go external and check some of that. Looks good to me. Okay. Flight instruments are set. We can see altimeter looks good. HSI looks like it correlates with magnetic, so that's good. Whenever it's set, fuel valve is on. Mixture full rich. Trim set for takeoff. Go down here and set this for takeoff. I can't really get a good view of that, so hopefully that's good. Sometimes I just need to adjust in flight. Trim set for takeoff. So throttle 1700 RPM, and we're going to check for drops. So bring it up to 1700 RPM. Right. Off one magneto, we see a drop. Turn off the other one. Whoop, I just turned off the engine. There we go, we still see a drop. Go on both, back to 1700 RPM. Ammeter looked good. Suction is good. What else? All right. Ammeter looks good. Suction's good over here. Go back to idle. And we are below 1000 RPM. Radios are set. Transponder is on. Lights, we will put on our landing light and our strobe light. And I don't need to adjust the throttle friction lock. So we are now ready for takeoff. Skyhawk 10086 is taking off, runway 26, departing to the northeast, Astoria. And I forgot to mention Astoria traffic at the beginning. That was my fault, but they heard the end, they got it. To see traffic. Let's get lined up. All right. Throttle set to full. Rotate at 55 knots. Positive rate of climb. Let's get up to VY, 78 knots. Now let's adjust trim. I'm gonna find a good camp. There we go. That's the view I want. Crossing 700. I'm going to go ahead and go up to 1,000 before I make my call out. And we're going to climb up to 3,000 and head northeast. Story traffic, Skyhawk 10086 is at 1,000, climbing to 3,000 and departing to the northeast for some powder work, Astoria. So we will go ahead and turn to a heading of 030. Oh, rolled out a little bit too soon there. At this point, I'll go ahead and turn off my landing and taxi lights. Okay, we're 300 feet below 3,000, so just getting prepared to level off. Let's start pitching down. Put our airspeed back up. And I'm just trimming as required. And reduce power. And I gotta take a phone call. So I'm going to exit and try this again later. Hello? Hi. How was your setting up? That's good. I was trying to live stream like this practice flight. So yeah, a little bit. It like switched all my audio stuff and everything. It's okay. I'll do it again. So he was playing Xbox. We got home and he wanted to play War, so we played a game of War first. Yeah, he said, Dad, I found the cards for War. Like, well, you can use any cards, and then there was only like 15 cards in there, so I got a different